Eject. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reacting to a video by Antphrodite, which, if you don't know, he's a psychic here on YouTube, and he made a video on Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. So I figured, why not react to it? Let's see what he thinks is going to be the outcome to this. So I'm a little bit interested in what he has to say. I love his videos, I'm a fan, and he has been pretty spot on with predicting, like, I don't know, it sounds kind of dumb, but like Dramageddons and things of that nature. So I'm very curious to see what his predictions will be. This is not up your alley, that's all fine. I'll have another more regular video, but I just wanted to try and branch out and do something. I don't know if I'd say it's going to be fun. It's probably going to be a little bit heavy and a little bit intense, but just thought I'd branch out there. I'm a very spiritual person, so I'm very into like psychics and things like that. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so let's kind of get started. So Amber is the Two of Swords reverse, which is about making a decision that we can't go back from. So I definitely think for her, she wants to separate. She's been wanting to separate. That makes sense. She's making decisions she can't go back from. I also think the Two of Swords is decisions that you make that don't always go in your favor. So it definitely looks like there is some sort of significant loss for her here. We're starting off with her being, in the losing position. The moon is what Johnny showed up as. Okay. Which is quite interesting because the moon is lies, deceit, and deception. And the Empress is upright, which is about a nurturing sort of energy between the two of them. We look at that as like a caretaking type of energy. I am quite confused by their dynamic.
Well, I would say it probably started off nurturing, and then she, well, in my opinion, fucked that dynamic right up, right? If something starts off in a nurturing, loving way, something went wrong along the way.
He feels like she betrayed him.
That's fair.
Well, right now there definitely seems to be a dispute over money. Somebody's character is put in question with money, and I think there might be some sort of argument over settlement, but there definitely looks like a huge amount of money here that's sort of being argued over or will be argued over.
Technically 105 million.
The six means someone didn't have accountability for this money or this opportunity.
You know the video that Amber sold to TMZ? I always thought like that it was something to do with maybe her, I don't know, but it was just weird how it went down and how she almost kind of knew that it was going to happen, how she set him up, that he would be upset about the losing of money. And I always wondered, did she have something to do with that? I don't know, because I can't remember what he said, but it's like all his money was gone or something. You know what I mean? Do you remember what I'm talking about? And that's when he ended up suing his previous management.
Something money related that either didn't happen or was supposed to happen. There's a lot of like deflection and a lot of moving parts here. I don't like that Johnny showed up as the moon though, because that to me means that he's ready to do whatever it takes.
Well, yeah, of course, because if you think about it from his, I mean, like you said, he doesn't know much about the case, but if you think about it from Johnny's point of view, he's saying that, he never did anything to her. In fact, that she was the one abusing him. So she went public, like, oh, he abused me, and she got all these roles, and then he got dust, and his career was ruined. Imagine that being you. You're in a position of, honestly, it's kind of a position of power where you're like, at this point, I have nothing left to lose. So even if he doesn't win, at least he's exposing her for her part in it, so that she sees she doesn't get to come out on top. if that makes sense. That's what I think it is. And at that point, when you have nothing left to lose, you're just gonna put it all out there on the table. You're just angry. That's what I would think. Anyways, that's how I would feel.
Fight this. So like when we look at a moon, it's like moon is lies, deceit, deception. So that means like it's almost like he may have been compliant with certain things, but is willing to pretend like he wasn't, to throw her under the bus. They're fighting ugly. Like this is an ugly battle. The Seven of Wands is like having to prove yourself. Here's an opportunity and things getting worse before they get better. So to me, he's kind of in a position where he's going to be opportunistic and jump at anything he can to get at her. I mean, I don't think you need me to tell you that this connection was toxic on both sides from what I'm seeing. The problem here...
I think that could be from a standpoint of when someone is toxic or abusive to you in any capacity, it brings out the worst in you as well. Like I've been in an emotionally abusive relationship and it brought out the worst in me as well. It's, I don't know, that's all I can think of. Like,
allegedly found team personally. The problem here is we're now in a war. This has nothing to do with what it started as, and now it has everything to do with like expose. So to me, the goal here is to kind of expose. I'm pretty certain it's coming from him to her. I think the goal, I think the goal here is to expose.
Well, I don't think she has anything to expose at this point, so it makes sense that the exposing is being done by him. As we are seeing, he's exposing her for who she really is. So that's fair.
Who she really is, quote unquote. The problem here is that I don't know if I necessarily believe that Johnny is as innocent as he wants to present himself as. That doesn't mean that he's not a victim. It doesn't mean that she's not a victim. I just think that between the two of them, there's a lot of toxic energy, and I think that it's gotten to the point where there's frustration on both sides, and now they're mudslinging. This is the past. This is the consistency in the past, and the Page of Swords is like, this is a great opportunity for me to use this. Both of them have kind of been collecting stuff for a while, and just waiting for the shoe to drop, and then now we're in a war of...
Amber just got nothing at this point. Or otherwise it would have been dropped. Nothing's dropping.
Have they argued over like a move or a house or something? I don't know what this is, but there definitely seems to be...
Well, they argued over the penthouses, which she wanted all of the penthouses. I think 5 of them. She never got it.
There does not seem to be a happy solution to that issue. Whatever fight there is with a place of living or something like that, or whatever is related to that, there is no happy solution there. Whatever argument there is over the home, not gonna go the way whoever is screaming and yelling and the loudest hopes it's gonna go. I don't know, unless someone's just like, fine, shut up, but I don't really feel like either one of them are like that. I think both of them are just going to hold on to it as much as they can and be as bitter as they can. I also see one person trying to destroy something that has sentimental value to the other person, or destroying something that has sentimental value. I don't know if that ends up being the home. I don't know if that ends up being a physical item. I don't know, but there's some sort of...
Johnny's career? Just saying.
Thing that has sentimental value that someone's going to either be like, I lost it, I don't have it, but it was destroyed. Wow, we're looking at really petty stuff. There also seems to be a war between their friends. The sun's upright, the Ten of Cups is reversed.
Oh yeah, like Amber's sidekicks and Johnny's friends, probably.
Reverse and the Chariot's reverse. There seems to be some sort of friend, because I think of Ten of Cups like family, friends. There's some sort of friend here that there's like a friendship that was split apart. So think of it like, okay, let me give you an example.
What about Raquel and Amber? Because I know that they're no longer friends. Just saying.
Like, let's say that your best friend and their husband are your best friends, and the husband...
Oh shit! I think it is Raquel, because Raquel and her husband were living in the penthouse of Johnny Depp. So I think it is about Raquel. Okay, what do you got to say here, Antphrodite?
Takes one person's side and the best friend takes the other, or your neighbor.
Oh, so I wonder if, I think his name is Josh, which was Raquel's husband, if he is going to spill some tea.
Or, you know, the wife takes the one side and the husband takes the other. It definitely looks like there are a lot of division, or there is a lot of division between their friend groups and, you know, their family, neighbors, whatever the hell. There's a lot of division, and it's causing a lot of problems because everyone is being forced to pick a side, and it's really ugly. Oh, here's what I see. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I do see money being exchanged for bad press. And it's against Johnny. I will say that. That's what I see. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. That's what it looks like to me. Ace of Pentacles is about money, spending money. The King of Swords, I believe that he's a Gemini, so there he is, the air sign. And the Star is negative attention. Yes, I do think that there is a campaign against him. I do. However, here's the thing is, he's doing the same thing. So what's frustrating to me is they're both fighting fire with fire.
Well, what else can you fight it with? Water?
I think at the end of the day, it's just a matter of time. That's what I'm saying. They're both doing the same thing. So she's really angry, and she definitely wants revenge. I'm not going to lie. She definitely wants revenge. Now, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve, you know, whatever. I don't know, because I don't know what happened. But I can tell you this. She is headed for a major legal setback. So she's really angry. So here's the thing. He's going to do a really good job at painting her as this like angry, vengeful person.
It's not hard to paint her as that, because facts are facts. Allegedly.
Because to be honest with you, she is. I'm not saying it's not justified. All I'm saying is they're both mudslinging. So yeah, unfortunately, he's going to do a better job at painting her like this than she is. I think she accidentally gave him too much ammunition. The Four of Swords is reversed, the Five of Swords, and the Justice. So this is petty behavior, and this is the Four of Swords, which means that she was told to drop something. She didn't drop it. That's going to be her downfall, and that's going to cause her to have a legal setback.
When Johnny Depp was texting her, like, do you really want to do this? Is this really what, like, he gave her an out, and she kept going. So she should have admitted, or just, like, not done all this mess. But she decided to do it, and that is what is gonna be her downfall, like you said.
Back. There's one specific thing that she's fighting over that she will not let go of. If she was smart, she would have let go of it. I definitely think she has not been listening to legal counsel on this matter, because the Justice card says it's a huge, huge setback for her in terms of the law. There's a legal setback for her.
Which to me kind of makes sense. It could explain why she's gone through so many legal counsels in the past. In my experience, usually when clients part ways with their legal team, it's either because they weren't paying their bills, or they didn't like whatever advice that you were giving them. So like sometimes they think that the lawyer is either being too soft or being aggressive. Usually it's that they think the lawyer is being too soft and they want someone more aggressive. So, and that's kind of what I've been feeling like this whole time. I felt like the reason why she kind of left, you know, like the Me Too lawyer was maybe they were giving her certain advice and she just didn't want to take it, and she just wanted to go for the jugular, and maybe that's why she changed legal counsel. That's personally what I think.
It's going to be a failure, not a victory, because she was not listening. So this is going to be a big setback for her if she's not careful. Hopefully she listens to her lawyers and doesn't think that she's smarter than
Hopefully she doesn't.
her lawyers, because I do think that she does think that she's smarter than her lawyers, but she needs to pay attention to that, because it's not going to go in her favor. I think one of the things that I've said multiple times over and over again is the best revenge is happiness, and I think this is a great example of that message. And I know it takes a while to get there, and I'm not saying one person is bad and one person is good here, because as I said before, they are both insanely toxic to each other. This was just the straw that broke the camel's back. This has been going on for years and years, and there's worse stories that we actually don't know about. There seems to be a bigger issue between the two of them that we don't know about, and I don't think we will know about, because it looks like it's something that happened in the beginning of their connection and it's hidden. Are there children involved in this at all? Does anyone know?
Well, I mean, obviously Johnny has his kids, but there's one story that they did say where I think it was on his private island where his kids were there and she was going off. So I wonder if maybe one of his kids saw that, and or maybe they witnessed something or know something, and maybe they'll speak up.
Why do I feel like there's a child? Oh no. Okay. There's a child. Ace of Cups is love. Page of Pentacles, expectations. Three of Pentacles, work. Queen of Swords, reverse, Tower. Uh-oh. She must have said something or did something either to or about a child, and that is what the smoking gun is in terms of her character.
Ooh, maybe she said or did something to one of Johnny's kids? Because she sure as shit doesn't have kids.
And putting it into question. That's like, bitch, caught on 4K. Like, that's, you said something you shouldn't have said, or you did something, because the Tower's reversed, which means I wonder if she made a comment about, I think he has kids, right? The Emperor's reversed. Uh-oh, that's him. The Hierophant is reversed as well. Breaking up of a marriage or commitment. Magicians. Saying one thing, doing another. It's also misdirection, miscommunication. That's definitely saying something. Yeah, I definitely feel like she must have said something in the heat of the moment, or maybe she said it directly to the kid. I don't know. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. This is, I don't know anything. These are not facts, Your Honor. Just opinions.
Ditto. What he said.
Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I wonder if she's caught and she doesn't know that she's caught, like maybe on like a camera or a voice recording or maybe a social media post or something. But she definitely said some shit, and it's a wrap for her. Oh my God, girl. This is gonna be, yep, I knew it. This is her. This is her emotions. This is her stability, and this is impure intentions and a questionable character. The Three of Cups, distrustworthiness. Ace of Wands and Eight of Pentacles. That's like wanting to start a new leaf. So I wonder if this is an old situation that happened between the two of them, and they got past it, but it's going to be brought back up again. It might have happened.
Losing his finger.
In the beginning, she might have said something, and it got brought back up again, even though they may have moved past it at one point.
What if she like admitted to one of his kids or something that she was responsible?
You know what's so interesting is, like, first of all, I don't think anyone is going to win in this scenario, but what's so interesting here is that their dynamic, while their dynamic is toxic for sure, I'm not really seeing what I normally would see in like a typical like toxic connection. They are so gung-ho on winning that this looks like a battle of who's right, even though everyone's wrong. Like, these are just two people that want to be right. That's it. That's literally it. There's nothing else here. There's no love. There's no compassion, no empathy.
No, I mean, and then even though, like he said, he doesn't know anything about the case, and maybe when you just read the cards, look at the cards, it looks bad. But when someone has pushed you to that point where they just, when they just mess up your life and all of your career is taken from you, you lose friendships and everything that you have, you become a laughing stock, which, I don't know, like, for me personally, I would feel some type of way. I would feel vindictive. I would want revenge. I doubt that if she was going that kind of, all that crazy on him, that there weren't points where he maybe said some shit back or whatever, because you're human. But I just know that if I was in his position and someone did that to me, I would just be like, I don't even care if I win. I just want them to know you for who you really are. Because the way that she painted the picture, she was the innocent victim, this and that. I am out here riding for victims of, everything. So if I was him, yeah, I would feel petty. I would feel vindictive. I'd want her to go down. Go down. Absolutely down. Just. That's the energy that he's reading now, is the energy in the present. But that doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, mean that was what it was before.
Do you see new job opportunities for both of them coming up eventually? I do. Nine of Pentacles says after everything's settled and stuff, I do think that they both will work again. I do think that that's what it's looking like right now. I mean, things can change, but right now it's looking like that. But the Two of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Three of Swords, interestingly enough, it looks like one of them is going to be jealous of the other one moving on. Who is that? I can't tell which one it is, but there's a jealousy here. Because this is like, my ex is pissed off that I moved on to someone new. Especially when we still have unfinished business. He's so quick to let go.
So quick?
I think she might.
So quick? What do you think did it? Like the fact that you allegedly chopped his finger off? He still stayed with you after that. It was probably he says it was the shit in the bed that just was the final nail in the coffin. So I don't think he moved on really quick, sweetie.
I think she might end up getting a little bit jealous that he's able to move on quickly, and she has to sit there and deal with a lot of stuff. The problem is that she unfortunately said and did too many things out of emotion, and it doesn't look good for her. Like, the thing is like, she could be right, but at the end of the day, because her character is in question and because there's enough things here to question her character and to put doubt, there's nothing she can do. And to be honest with you, I mean, we're looking at a legal situation, you know what I mean? Like, they have to go by what they see, the evidence, the facts, things like that. And she's...
Exactly. Learn it, live it. The legal system bends to no one. It bends to facts and proof.
Provided way too much evidence against herself. Way too much. Like, this is what I would consider a mass self-sabotage. And she should have just stopped halfway through and just collected her settlement.
She should have just never done this whole mess, to be honest with you. But she kept going and going and doubling down and doubling down. And then while on the stand in the UK case, I donated $7 million. You didn't donate shit.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really trust either one of them in this situation, to be honest with you. I have a hard time believing either one of them in anything at this point. And I think that it's kind of like almost like a game at this point to see who's going to win. This situation just makes me sad, honestly.
Well, looks like that's the end of the reading. Sounds like he thinks Johnny Depp will win because she just did too much, and he seems sad about reading about all this. And yeah, it is kind of like sad, but at the end of the day, he said it started off from a nurturing point. So I think that, to me, that card that he pulled kind of explains how it started here. It's kind of like that meme, like where it started, where we're at. So I think it started from a good place, but toxicity breeds toxicity. If you've ever been in an abusive relationship, whether it's emotionally, physically, whatever the case may be, you know that when someone is abusive to you in any way, eventually, you're not just going to keep taking it and taking it. Eventually, you're going to retaliate. Eventually, you're going to say mean things back. Eventually, maybe you're going to hit them back. Whatever it is. But it's going to bring out the worst in you. I know that he said he didn't know too much about the situation, so I'm not reading too much into that. It is sad that it had to go to that extent. But I don't really feel bad for Amber because she brought this upon herself. And that's my opinion. So if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But I do think that whatever happened was a chain of events brought on by her abusive. That's my personal opinion. So I think that all of this can be avoided. And what's more sad to me is that she is not learning from the situation. She's doubling down. So I just hope that justice is served. But according to this psychic, it seems like it will be. So I guess that's good news. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Do you agree with Antphrodite? What do you have to say? Yeah, what do you have to say? Comment down below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.